All right, so today we got this dandy new drone from Holy Stone, the HS710. This is a sub 250 drone with a 4K camera and some pretty good features. So let's check it out, see how it goes. Let's go. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate it. It's really good to see you. If this is your first time here, my name is Keith and this is Alien Drones. I do mostly tech, drones, tips, reviews, and tutorials, and of course FAA news. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, make sure you subscribe. That'll let you know when there's new things coming up that might be of interest to you. Of course, I'm going to be doing giveaways, this little drone included. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that because you won't be eligible if you don't subscribe. So I've got lots of tech, a few drones, cameras, all kinds of accessories, things like that. So that's coming up soon. So keep an eye out. We'll talk about it soon. So what we're going to do is going to take this little HS710 out for a fly. There is no 3-axis gimbal. So that is a real bummer for me because I think this thing is a real contender. This particular kit does come with 2 batteries, extra props and all the things like that. So that's really nice. It is a pretty slick little drone. It is a nice new package. Now I'm going to test this weight because when I did it before, it was just at that level. So afterwards here, I'm going to come back at the end of this video, really tell you what the weight is and what I think about that because I think it's kind of marginal. So stay tuned to the end so you can make sure that it meets your needs there. It says that it has a 600-meter transmission distance, so we'll see how that goes. Usually the transmission might be that far for the remote because the remote connects to the drone itself. But then the image transmission coming back is Wi-Fi. You connect with your phone and that usually drops out sooner. Let's see how that goes. So let's just go ahead and do it. Get this baby up in the air, see what it does. Alrighty, so we go ahead, we dropped our phone in here. First things first, of course, we need to turn the drone on, get it connected to the Wi-Fi, and then we're going to go ahead and do a calibrate. So let's get that started. Okay, and there's a GPS button on the side. Going to make sure that's turned on so we get that, and it's telling us go ahead and connect it to the Wi-Fi, which we did, and we should have some video, and indeed we do. Horizontal, all right, vertical, have good video. We have 9 satellites right now, so that should be a good place to start as well. Let's go ahead and do a 1-button takeoff. Motors armed. All right. All right, so you can notice this is doing a little bit of rotation here, which is just telling us the accuracy of our GPS. Of course, it is trying to fight the wind a little bit, but it's not bad. We'll give it a little bit, see if it can stabilize here. Well, I've got this full stick right here, and that's pretty slow, so we're going to go ahead and turn this speed up a little bit. Okay, so now we're in high speed. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to land this and I'm going to calibrate this again just to make sure because something's kind of going goofy here. This is not too good to fly too far away. Again, I'm not touching the sticks here, so. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate this again and make sure that that's not the case here because something's a little goofy. Let's give it a shot. All right. Let's go ahead and try this one more time here. So let's go ahead and just try the orbit and see what that looks like here. We'll bring that above me here. Seems to fight that wind quite a bit. When that wind gets up there, it starts kind of toilet bowling a little bit, so we have to keep that in mind here. Just like this. I'm not touching it, and I just moved it, and I'm not doing an orbit yet, so all right, now this doesn't look too bad. Now I flipped it into GPS mode off. So I'm actually in optical flow mode. Yep, and it should try to go away from you in the optical flow mode. Now this looks really stable. For some reason, the GPS is not great here for some reason. I don't know what it's trying to do, but I've tried everything. But if we can get it to work in optical flow mode here, at least we can try these functions. And as long as we know that it's a potential limitation, maybe there's something going on in this area, you know, where it maybe has an issue or something. I don't know. I've done a lot of drones here and there shouldn't be anything under the ground here, but maybe there's something sensitive because optical flow, this is stable as can be. So let's go ahead and do some tests here with the optical flow, and then we'll flip it back into, maybe we'll flip it back into GPS at the end just to see, but if it's this stable, that's pretty darn nice that way. Let's go ahead and do an orbit and see what that looks like. Alrighty, so there's the orbit, sure enough. And it is orbiting me, it's doing it. It's maybe not perfect, but certainly is doing an orbit there. Okay, we'll take that. So in non-GPS mode, this seems to work. Holds pretty stable, but of course we lose a lot of the functionality then, right? We lose the ability to have a return to home. We lose the ability of some of the functions, but so that's too bad. Maybe there's something in the ground here, not sure, but it's not too bad this way. But we're gonna go ahead and land, and then we'll finish it off here. All right, so there we go. That was the maiden flight for the Holy Stone HS710. It did fly. We did have a few issues with the GPS here. Did run through the functions, was able to have some stability, but for some reason I just could not make that GPS go stable. I tried the gyro, I tried calibration, all the different ways that I could here, looking up things that weren't even in the manual. But we were able to get some footage. We were able to fly it around. I did weigh this, and it comes in at 251 grams. So despite the documentation saying that it's 245 grams, this just is not, probably manufacturing differences. That being said, I really do appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully you learned something that you didn't know before this review, even if it's something little. If that's the case, I would appreciate a like. And with that, till next time and next video, good flying.